Hi guys, my name is Valerie and this is a channel about America. In this video, I want to share with you things which I love about America. I've been living here for almost 4 years now. Oh my god, I can't believe. And now I want to share some things about United States which I'm really excited about. So if you want to know what you might really love about being in the United States, keep on watching. So the first thing which I'm absolutely in love with in America is the fact that Americans never trying to get into your personal life. They never ask you two personal questions. If you say that you quit your job, they probably would not ask you why, what happened, or they wouldn't ask you how much were you making there. They wouldn't ask you about, I don't know, what did you get divorced or what did you guys get separated and stuff like that. You will never hear a question here like, wow, you're 25 and you're not pregnant yet? What's wrong? You know, because that is something which is super popular in my country. If you're like almost 30 years old and you're not married and you don't have kids, oh my god, what is happening? You know, there is a guy over there, go start dating him or something. Here it's different. Like, everyone minds their own business and no one tries to give you any advices. I don't know, the friend of your mom who you've never seen, or maybe you saw once, maybe 10 years ago when you was a kid, would never come to you and would never ask you how's your personal life doing, you know. So that's what I really love about America, because everyone has their own visions, everyone has their own opinions about how their life's supposed to work, about when to get married, about how to get married, about when to have kids and stuff like that, and no one tries to give you any advices here. The second thing which I do like about America also is that people here are willing to help. It doesn't mean that everyone always helps you, but sometimes you find yourself in those random situations when you realize that someone whom you don't know offers you a help. For example, when I came to United States in 2015 for the first time as a J1 student, I was trying to find a place to live, me and other J1 students. So we were sitting in a Burger King and we were talking about how that motel didn't have any open rooms, that hotel was also booked, and there was a guy who was working in Burger King and he came to us and he was like, you know guys, there is one hotel which is kind of a little bit far away from here, so you cannot walk there, but I can drive you. And it took us maybe like a 7 minutes drive and it was up to the hill, so we obviously would not be able to walk there with our suits, you know. But the guy just offered us a ride. He was like, okay, I'll take like a 20 minutes break from work and I'll drive you there and we'll check if they have any open rooms over there. That was like so nice. Like, that would never happen in my country, I'm like 100% sure. And also another example is when you're parking on a paid parking, for example, and you see one car leaving, sometimes people just stop and they give you the ticket for their parking. Like, for example, they pay for their parking and they leave, and now they can offer you the ticket so you don't have to pay for the parking. I mean, it's kind of probably breaking the rules, but I still think that that's considered to be polite and nice and friendly. The third thing which I love about Americans is that people who got education here, they're like so smart. People who actually paid money for good education, or maybe even get grants, it doesn't matter if they paid for the education or not, but people who got like good education, they went to some top universities here, they're like incredibly smart and they motivate you. When I was working in IT company where I was taking my OPT, my managers, they were like extremely educated people. I was just obsessed with the knowledge they had, and when you talk to people like that, it inspires you. You want to work harder, you want to learn more, you want to study more. And another thing about those like super smart people is that not trying to make a very big deal of that, you know. They nice and they don't make you feel stupid, you know. Because obviously I didn't know as much as they did, but I never felt like I am no one at that job. I never felt like I'm a loser who doesn't know anything. But the most important thing here is the inspiration which is coming from people who got an education here. Or maybe that's just me, because like education kind of inspires me a lot. So when I see people who have a lot of stuff in their brains, I'm like, oh my god, I want to know everything, you know. Another thing which I love about Americans is the fact that they try to stay positive. For example, they, I don't know, trying to find a job doesn't happen, or some problems occurs on the way, right? They do not give up. They're like, okay, that didn't work, I'll find another way. Okay, that is not happening the way I want it to be, I'll find another way. Like, they don't give up, and if they want to achieve something, they go for it. It doesn't mean that reflects all Americans. People are different, but I did meet here like really inspired and motivated people who are can deal with problems on their way, and who can wait a little bit longer until they actually achieve something they want. I can also say that a lot of people here are raised like winners. For example, when you watch kids playing and they having some competition and you see them, someone loses, right? The parents would come to the kid and they would be like, you're the last winner. Like, they never would say you're a loser. Maybe as a joke sometimes, but I heard a lot of times that people saying there, you're the last winner, which kind of raises people being winners, you know. So you go there, you get what you want, you get what you deserve, and if you don't get it from first attempt, you'll make another attempt. And I like it because in our country, kids are raised in more harsh environment. Kids are raised in the idea that no one needs you here, no one needs you there, you know, just sit and shut up. So that's definitely something I really like about America. Another thing which is like super important and which is super amazing about being here is the fact that when you see a person who, I don't know, who looks sick, who, I don't know, fall on the ground or something, people will come and ask if they are okay. If you see someone, I don't know, taking a person or kidnapping a kid or whatever, you know, people will make a big deal out of that. People are, I don't know, like watching everything around here and making sure that everything's safe, I guess, and they don't think twice before calling 911. Sometimes it can cause like ridiculous situations when people would call 911 without any actual reasons, but sometimes that's really important because a lot of time in Ukraine, for example, when someone felt sick or someone would go unconscious or something, people wouldn't care. They would just walk by, you know, thinking that that is just a homeless person and like he's probably or she is probably drunk. Here it's different. Here people actually do care, and if they think that there is something suspicious going on or that someone is hurting someone, they would either get involved or they would call 911. Another super amazing thing about Americans is the fact that they celebrate holidays in families. Like, that's really a big deal here. For example, Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's a time when people gather together in families. Also birthdays. Families are important, and I love it about here. In my childhood, we used to have like a big family party too, but like kids grow up, we all find like different ways in our lives, you know, moving. Like, I moved here, and first couple of years it was kind of difficult without having that family vibe around, but now finally got that here, so it feels amazing. Like, you know that every holiday you would go and meet family. It just, I don't know, I like that because in Ukraine, people, I don't know, kind of really want to raise up. I'm grown up, I want to have my party on my own, but I personally love those family connections, and I really like that Americans try to stay in touch with their families here all the time. Another super amazing thing about America is the fact that they do not judge your profession. Each job is a job, no matter what you do. You're an electrician, you're a plumber, you're a housekeeper, doesn't matter. As far as you have a job, you're okay, you know, because in Ukraine there are some jobs which are more prestigious and another one which are like, don't even tell anybody that you work there. Here it's different. Every job deserves respect because you're working, you're paying taxes, and I love it because someone likes to be a plumber, you know, but in Ukraine that job wouldn't be considered the best one. IT is like, wow, you know, plumber is like, whatever. But you also have to study to be a plumber, right? You also have to work to be a plumber. You also have to know something to be a plumber. Everyone needs a plumber to come and fix something in their house, you know, to build a house. So I just like that here in America, people do not judge any jobs. All jobs are respected. Another thing which I also like about America is the personal freedom. People express themselves here in the way they want, not in the way society makes them to. If you want to dress up like that, you go ahead and dress up like that. If you want to, I don't know, change your career when you're 40, go ahead and change your career when you're 40. No one, I don't want to say that no one cares, but no one would say anything. Maybe they will, maybe gossip a little bit behind your back, but at least no one will come and talk to you in person. And I like that here you can change, here you can try different things, here you can do whatever you want to do, and no one expects you to do something in particular, you know. We can just go back here to the first point again, where like no one expects you to have a kid before you're 30 years old, and I like it. Another thing which I like about America is the fact that people can actually be happy for achievements of other people. Like, you know, you have a friend who opened a startup, who getting success doing that and that. People will be happy for that person. And also I like the fact that here you can get attention from many investors. For example, you have a great idea, you can actually achieve a success with that idea by calling investors. For example, you don't have money, right? But there are always going to be people who might be interested in the idea. So here, like, someone super rich can actually hear someone who's not that rich but who has something to offer. This is awesome. For example, in Silicon Valley, right, there are like a lot of investors around, or that O1 visa, which attracts super creative people to come to America. I like it because in my country, to actually achieve something, you do need connections, I guess, but not like a good way connections, not like when you're just got an idea and you'll go and talk to a board of investors with that idea and they, yeah, that's great. I'm not talking about that kind of connections. I'm talking about like personal connections. Like, I know the brother of their, I don't know, head of department in some super fancy company. That's how you get to achieve something. Like, you need to have personal connections. You have to be related to someone, or you need to get someone a bribe, or someone has to talk for you. I probably give someone a bribe too, so someone else can hear you. Here it's more easy, you know, like different levels of society still can get connected and still can have different conversations about making businesses together. Also, in my job in IT company, I was just an intern, but my managers, they would always give me a chance to speak up. They, during meetings, they would always be like, hey interns, do you guys have any ideas? Like, they would always listen to us. That's nice. Like, no matter how much you know, no matter how much money you make, you can always say what you think and people will listen. Another amazing thing about Americans is subordination. When you're working somewhere and after your work hours you go and hang out with your managers or co-workers, you do not mix your work stuff with your personal stuff. For example, you would go and have a party after work. When you go back to job, even if you were like partying like crazy last night with your manager at job, he's still your manager. During work, he's still your boss and you listen to him or her, and it doesn't matter what you did last night. Because in Ukraine, when you start having personal relationships with your co-workers, it always influences the way how your work is done. I don't know, you might do something crazy during the party, you might get, I don't know, super drunk, right? And next day in the morning, they will talk about that. Or they will think that you're not as great as your job as you used to before that experience of seeing you being drunk. So your personal relationships always affects your work. And you probably will never meet it here, at least I have not. I was working as a lifeguard as a J1 student, and I was working in a restaurant as a J1 student, and I had those situations where I would, I don't know, go on a party with my managers, with my co-workers, but next day I knew that I have to listen to whatever they say, and there never was a situation where I would be like, hey, you know what, we had such an amazing party last night, please don't make me do that, I want to do that. No, like whatever they say, you do, and I like it. The last but not the least thing which I love about America is the fact that they love our accent, because I sometimes worried about my accent, because I do know that that's not, I mean, I have accent and I personally don't really like it, but Americans do. They think that sometimes it's super attractive, and I like that because it makes me feel better. It makes me want to talk more in English and practice my English, and that's why I'm making these videos too. So yeah, that's definitely something I love about the United States. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope it was interesting. If you did like it, go ahead and click the like button. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. And as always, I wish you guys have a good day or good night. Bye.